Hey everybody, Mungo Dark Matter here, and welcome to Dark Matters. Today I'm going to try out a new game that I've never played before. Well, it's not real new. I think it came out about a year and a half ago. It's called War Thunder. And it's kind of like World of Tanks and World of Warplanes. And I think you can even do ships. I think you can do ships, airplanes, and tanks in it. But it's one game instead of separate games. And so I guess I'm in the training stage now. Let me pop in on here and see what's going on. So I'm gonna see what this is like. It looks pretty cool. I don't know if it's as good as a World of Tanks, but we'll give it a shot, shall we? Literally, I guess. Yeah, I saw somebody playing it on a stream the other night, and I thought, what the heck? So.
Begin moving forward.
Okay. This is pretty basic stuff.
Follow the waypoints to the firing area.
Alright, we're going to follow the waypoints to the following area. Or to the firing area. Well, that's what's called known as a tank trap. This must be the firing area right here. How do I stop?
In the lower right corner, you can see a mini-map which shows your tank as an arrow. It also shows the position of your enemies and allies as icons.
Alright, there's an enemy over there, huh? Space to continue.
Your opponent this time, a training target, is the red icon on the map. Your allies' icons are blue.
Okay. Probably don't want to shoot at the blue then.
You can see several markers on the screen. The cursor, which the turret of your tank follows, the marker indicating the direction of the tank cannon, and the crosshairs that shows where the tank shell will hit. Take into consideration that the mouse aiming cursor is not a gun sight and only serves to help you turn the tank turret in the right direction. You should not shoot without waiting for the tank turret to align itself with the
Okay.
If you want to hit the enemy tank, wait for the turret to turn towards the opponent. Align the crosshair with the target. It will change color when it is over the opponent. Move the cursor. Wait until the tank turret finishes rotating and the weapon sight to be aligned with the cursor. Switch to gunner view. You can use zoom to get a better view of the target.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
The aim assist indicator in the center of the screen shows it turns red if the current shell cannot pierce the armor, yellow if it is possible to pierce, and green if your shell can easily pierce the armor. Depending on your target's armor thickness, the aim assist indicator changes to various colors. One of the best ways to destroy a tank is to put its crew out of action. Move the reticule over the central area of the tank. Now, fire at the fighting compartment on the tank. When a shell penetrates armor, the X-ray window appears in the top right corner. This shows which parts of the tank and which crew members took damage.
That's a little bit grisly. That's a little bit grisly there, isn't it? World of Tanks doesn't really show that, which is probably better. Alright. Let's space and continue this.
The enemy tank is considered destroyed if it has no crew members remaining inside.
Interesting. That's not like that in World of Tanks. In World of Tanks, you actually have to destroy the tank, although you can disable or kill crew members. It reports on that.
Great! If there was any crew in this vehicle, they would be in big trouble. Now, switch to third-person view. Another effective way of destroying, or at least immobilizing a vehicle, is to damage or destroy its engine. Move the reticule onto the indicated tank. Most armored vehicles have their engines at the rear. Continue by moving the reticule onto the rear of the indicated tank. Now, switch to gunner view and fire at the tank engine. If the engine, ammo rack, or fuel tanks inside the tank are damaged, this may cause an explosion or start a fire.
All right. Space to continue.
Good job. Move on to it. Now, you have to complete a real combat assignment. Capture and hold a strategic point. You can see a marker above the capture point. If the marker is white, this means that the point is currently neutral. Move to the capture zone.
All right. There we go. This is pretty cool.
To capture the point, you must drive into the capture zone. The border of the capture zone is delineated by a white. Your tank has reached the indicated point, but you can't capture the zone while it still has enemy vehicles in it. Destroy the enemy tank.
Yes, a hit!
Great! You destroyed the enemy, and now you can
All right.
capture the zone.
The enemy has been destroyed!
Wait for the marker to turn blue, and for a message to appear notifying you that you have captured the zone.
We've captured
It's just like World of Tanks, really.
The capture zone's marker has turned blue. That means the zone now belongs to your team. If the enemy team had captured the zone, the marker would have turned red.
All right.
Capturing strategic points is one of the main methods of winning a battle. When one team captures more strategic points than the other team, the enemy team begins to lose points. Victory is achieved when the enemy team loses all its points. So, always try to keep control of the strategic zones.
Gotcha.
Great job! You won! Now you're a true tanker.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far, but thank you. All right. Well, I guess that was it. For the training, at least, which is good, because it's pretty much... Okay, let's see here. Mission accomplished. Tutorial course basis. For first battle. Play your first multiplayer battle and win premium vehicle for free. Okay. To battle. From the 4th of May until the 10th of May, bundles of 50% discount. Yeah, whatever. Alright, let's go. Yeah, this is very, very much like World of Tanks. It's kind of it's a little different. It's a little different. There are different modes in this too. From what I read. Waiting time. We're in the queue waiting. This actually looks like it might be slightly easier than World of Tanks. It looks like it was easier when I was watching it too, being streamed. Just a little, but we'll have to see. Alright, we'll just find the capture zones. Oh, we're waiting for it to start up, aren't we? Alright, what's this? Should I just close that? Loading, okay. To battle. Well, this is a capture point right there, right? I'll go for that. Where am I? I have no idea where I am on this map. It's supposed to be a white triangle.
Attention to the map!
Oh my god. Am I blue or red? I guess I'm blue. What type of tank is this? Oh, there's the cap. There's the cap. How the heck am I going to get way over there? That's a long way, man. Wow, this thing spins out. This handle's kind of weird. Wow, look at that. It's hard to get over to this point. Oh, no, 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 not into the water. Oh! Oh, man. Oh. I guess I respawn at some point. Oh, okay, I got to respawn. To battle. I got a different tank this time.
The enemy controls most of the strategic zones.
Where are we? Okay, we're over here again. Maybe go this way. Okay, this stops a little faster. I'm used to the tank stopping pretty much immediately in World of Tanks. These seem to glide a little more. Well, there are two gunners in the back of this thing.
The enemy is getting closer to victory.
Where am I? I can just go along here. Tank is actually much harder to drive than the ones in World of Tanks. They handle it. This handle's a little weird. I don't know if it's just the two tanks that I've had. Oh. It doesn't go through things as easily as the one in World of Tanks either. Alright, it's turning blue now. We may win. The nice thing about this game is you respawn in it. I think you have 3 respawns.
Most of the strategic zones.
World of Tanks, you're just out of the game. You get killed. So that's one possible benefit to it. Now in World of Warplanes, you respawn a few times. So you would have got, I would have gone right through that tree in World of Tanks. I don't see any. I don't think you see any enemy tanks. Where are the enemies? I see that. Alright. There's a couple of enemies on the map. Wow, it's a little bit difficult. I can go around this building. I can't believe how this thing skids. Got one. That was pretty good.
Our victory is near.
Yeah, this does seem to be a bit easier than World of Tanks. Overall. And I don't know if that's just because I'm in a lower tier. Physics of the tank are a little bit weird. Like I said, it skids. Uh-oh. Oh man, instant replay. Wow. Even shows the crew. Like I said, it is. In spectator mode now. It's odd that I can't. If I could return to hangar. I thought I spawned more times than that. We've almost won. What's the next preview? Oh, this is my next tank. I think. Oh no, this is just the next I'm spectating against. Oh, I got you. Yeah, it's the next spectating. So I think I won something, right? All right. Choose a crew. These are your crews. Each crew can use one vehicle at the same time. Choose a crew for the info. Well, how do I know which one to... To battle. Let's try again. Invite your friends to join War Thunder. Okay, whatever. Alright, let's try again. Let's see what's going to go on here. It's pretty cool thus far. A little bit different than World of War Tanks. I think I like World of Tanks better. World of Tanks is more difficult. But once again, this has different modes. I don't know what they all are. This is Tank Arcade Battle Mode, which might be the simpler of them. Let's see if we go into battle here. It's kind of really weird. I mean, I think if I didn't play World of Tanks, I would think it was really cool. Well, it's not that I don't think it's cool, but I mean, I would, because I play World of Tanks, it seems a little weird. They don't, like, the tanks move a little bit, they move differently than World of War Tanks, and World of Tanks seem to, it seems more realistic the way they move to me. It is an interesting game thus far. Alright, we need to capture this right here. Use your binoculars. It's free. Alright, whatever. Response 3. Okay. Okay, I get 3 respawns. Seems like I only got 1 respawn last time, but...
Attack the A point!
Yeah, this thing is moving along at a pretty good clip. I'm gonna see if I can knock this scarecrow down. Yep, that I can go through. It's pretty good. Uh-oh. Goes fast. This is really a little bit hard to drive. I'm almost here. tree stop me. Come on, man. Oh, man. Battle. Okay, I have 2 respawns left. I guess you have a total of 3. Oh, you know, I guess, did I respawn to
The enemy controls most of the strategic zones.
I can't remember. I think maybe I did respawn on it. Second to the water once. The terrain on here is a lot harder than World of Tanks. It really is. Like that tree stopped me. That tree should not have stopped me. So like I can go through some of this stuff, but not others. See, like watch, if I hit this tree, well that one went down. Why does this one go down? How do you know what ones go down would be my question. See, that wall goes down, but that other tree I got stopped by, and that's what messed me up, really. See, now that stopped me, which I would expect. I can deal with that. That's a big thing. Reloads seem a little faster on this. I just don't think these things move as much like real tanks as the ones on World of Tanks. But like I said, I'm a lower tier, so I might be in a lighter, faster tank. But it's still, for it to skid like it does, kind of strange. Okay. This, I'm gonna go. Where is any? Where
We've
is?
captured most of the strategic zones.
Uh-oh. Somebody behind me. Try to get on the other side here, where I have some cover, but still remain in the circle. man. There we go. Ugh. It's kind of interesting how it does show where it would penetrate and how it hits. Very, very similar to a World of Tanks in many ways, but it's very different also. Alright.
Our victory is near.
See what else we've got. Well, there's spectating now. Alright. Let's return to hangar. Yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead with the hangar. Try another battle here. Very interesting. I have to explore the other modes in this. Like, this is supposed to be like the arcade mode, whatever that means. Yeah, sure, go ahead and purchase it. Oh, don't have anything available. Okay, finish. So we don't have anything else available. Alright, whatever. Wow, look at this tank. Alright, let's go back to battle and try this out. Try this out. These tanks are kind of hard to drive compared to World of Tanks because they don't stop right away. You can actually hit the back key to help them stop, but if you're not paying attention, they'll glide right in. The first battle, I glided right into the river, not realizing it when it stopped in time. I think these tanks need a little more inertia, so they maybe slow down a little bit more. I mean, a tank should stop pretty easily if you take your finger off or you take if you're not pressing the accelerator, I would think. But like I said, I don't know. I'm not familiar with these particular tanks. They may be lighter and faster. Some of the tanks in World of Tanks move very fast, and they don't stop quite as fast as the heavier, slower tanks. So this looks like a pretty good field right here. And there looks like there may be less buildings around. 3 spawns. Which is good, because it's pretty hard to drive this tank around inside the cities, whereas in World of Tanks, cities, it's really easy to use the buildings as shields, which I can do in this too, but I'd like to get I'd like to get more used to the way the tank drives. And I'd like to figure out which one of these things, like some of these trees it will not knock down, and they don't look like they're huge trees. It'll knock this tree down. In World of Tanks, you can go through most things. You can't go through a building, obviously. Or a big rock like that you want to be able to go through. But like, when we go through this tree, we can go through this tree. But other trees of the same size we can't go through for some reason. I'm not really sure where I'm heading. Okay. Well, I didn't mean to do that. But this thing turns on a dime. Which is not necessarily great. It moves kind of fast too, which is nice. I don't see the enemy yet. We are approaching. Oh, here we go. This is the circle right here. Oh. Well, that was a total mistake. Repair. I lost one of our gunners. Oh, it's repairing. Let me get out of here. Wow. World of Tanks, it repairs a lot faster too. Got me again. Oh man. Brutal. The bullet is kind of cool when you see the shell in it. Oh man. Alright.
Victory is near.
Alright, where am I now? Yeah, I'm way back. I wonder if I can go over and capture the red flag. Figure out where I am first. I'm gonna go this way. This tank seems a little easier to handle. Than the last one I was using. Man. Where am I going? I want to spin back around. I'm not sure if there's a road that will take me the direction I want to go around. Maybe I can just sneak off in this direction. I want to see if I can flank them and maybe get to their base. Yeah, see how that spins out? That doesn't seem real realistic to me. Oh, there's some planes in this. Oh, that's right. There's supposed to be planes in this, I believe. You can actually fly the planes in battle, too. Oh. Where are we headed? See, in World of Tanks, if I had hit something like that, it would have done something to the suspension, or I would have lost a tread or something, or a track. All right. Where we can, if we can get there. Alright, now we gotta be careful. Oh, man. Oh, no, 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 no. There goes a plane. I think there are actual players in those planes, too. Because you can choose to fly a plane in a battle. Or use a tank. It asks you when you start up. That was pretty good. I need to hightail it out of here. I'm under fire now, but I did sneak up on that guy right from behind. man. Leave the area. I guess I don't have any more tanks left. Did some damage to him though, looks like. We've almost run the no available respawn base. Oh, that's why I can't respawn. You have so many respawns, but if the base is not available to respawn, I guess you can't respawn. Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting way to do it. Looks like we've almost won the game. See if I can go to the next here. Look at somebody else. Oh, there we are. That's up. Have that base. Very, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I like that a lot. All right. I was 6 in the team. I guess that's not too bad. Unless there were only 6 people in the team, I don't know. That's been completed. Order. Okay. You sure you want to order M2? Purchase. M2. I guess we choose crew. Alright. Yeah, download them again. Interesting. Oh, hold on a second here. What is this? It's it's downloading the textures for the tank. Okay. I can deal with that. That's pretty cool. Very cool game thus far. I need to read up on it a little more to figure out some of the nuances. But it's not. You can play warplanes, and I think you can play ships too. Although I'm only seeing warplanes and ships on. You might have to get up a level before you play ships. But it's supposed to be combined. So you saw there were planes flying in there. That is what a big difference from World of Tanks. There are no planes. Well, they show planes in World of Tanks, but they don't really attack you. You kind of show them for, effect to make it seem more like a war would be. But those were actual people flying in there going after the tanks. I had to try that at some point. But interesting game, War Thunder. About 1.5 years old. It's not as old as World of Tanks. So they have some more work to do on it, perhaps. I was watching somebody play this, and they were kind of complaining about the physics. They rolled a tank really pretty easily. And I can see why they were kind of saying that physics weren't quite right for the tanks yet. They do they almost drive a little bit like doom buggies more than they do like tanks. But like I said, I'm in the first tier, and even in World of Tanks, the first tier, the tanks are lighter and a little bit faster, but they still feel more tank-like to me. Still feel more tank-like. We're waiting for the download here of the texture, see what happens. And let us see. Let us see. All right, we can downloading some files, establishing some connections. I will be right back. All right, let me see if I can get my headphones back on here. Where am I? All right, it's still downloading some files. I guess, wow. Just going up a tank. I guess it's downloading textures still. That's cool. Let's see what happens when it downloads the textures. It doesn't have too much longer to go. Very cool game, though. This... I don't know all the modes. Like, this is kind of, like I said, supposed to be Tank Arcade. Back in the day, one of the first... Or maybe the first tank game I ever played. It may have been one of the first arcade tank games. You would be in a tank, and it was just a wire frame. It was 3D, but it was a wire frame, so that it was a green wired frame from what I remember, shaped like a tank, but there was no texture on it or anything. It was just, you know, it was all done in lines. It was like a line drawing. Kind of cool, but not as realistic, you know, not like this stuff. But World of Tanks, very realistic. This is very fun. I'm hoping as they improve the game, the physics will get a little bit better with the tanks. I'm anxious to also see how the planes run, because I've played World of Warplanes as well. And so I'd be interested in seeing how they maneuver for the player. And wow, it's going to take a while to download this. So I'm going to just go back in and play. Hold on a second here. While this is downloading. All right. Game bar is loading here. That's making me log back in again. All right, hold on a second here. Try again. All right. See if it gets us. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, caps is on. See if that brings us in. I think we're getting back in again. That's a kind of an interruption to have to wait for all those textures to download. I don't understand. I don't understand why it takes so long for them to download. That might just be a quirky thing that this is not that old of a game. If it's a year and a half since they opened it up, they've probably been working on it for longer than that. So if it's a year and a half that they've had it out, and it's still kind of in pre-release, maybe. While in battle, press F1 to help. Get help. Alright, let's hold on here. Full-scale textures for tanks, planes, and pack hasn't been downloaded yet. Do you want to download it now? Cancel that. We'll do that later. Or I'll do that later. Offline. So I guess it improves the way it looks. Interesting. Let's go to battle here. What's this message here? Okay, you've got air battles. Oh, we've got arcade. Tank arcade battles. Tank realistic battles. Reward once a day. Reward once a day. Events and tournament. Okay, so we've got realistic. Realistic battles. Let's see what it says here. Realistic battles is a mode that includes both ground vehicles and aviation. Special spawn points are used in this mode, which are accrued for successful actions in battle and sent on to subsequent on ground vehicles. The number of points received at the beginning of the battle allows you to round ground Only battles with 2 participation nations are possible. Arcade mode is one that includes ground vehicles and possible use of aviation, although the system of the game through the system of the game markers are used in the mode above both allied and enemies. Vehicles' mobility characteristics are better than in realistic mode. Oh, so that's interesting. Vehicles of any nation. So in other words, if we go into realistic mode, which I guess we'll try next time because it'll take a while to download the textures. If we go into realistic mode, I think the tanks seem more like tanks. So this is kind of an arcade mode. So very good though. Tank battle. We'll go to arcade tank battles. To battle. Continue. We'll play another round, and it will be it for this live stream for today. Tomorrow I should be on at 6:15. Tomorrow is the first of the week 2 of season 4 of Fortnite, so we'll be looking at what the challenges and stuff are tomorrow. So that should be fun. See what's going on in Fortnite. I'm really enjoying the new season of it. That's all I can say in a moment. But I'm anxious. I always like when the new week starts in Fortnite to see what the challenges are. Hopefully there's some different game modes in there. We'll have to see. Wow, this thing takes a while to queue, doesn't it? Firing soft targets, it would be best to use Hef shells. You can set the shooting distance in sniper mode. Well, a lot to learn here. With any decent video game nowadays, there's always a lot to learn. A lot of the strategies are similar. Although every game really has its quirky strategy that you can use. Big strategy in Fortnite is just jumping to keep from getting ganked. Alright. There are a limited number of respawns in this mission. This looks like a tough map because there's a lot of buildings. It's going to be tough to get to it, but the buildings are protection, so 3 respawns. There's a right over there. Oh, there are buildings, but they're kind of spread out a little bit. Alright, let's go. I'm interested to see how realistic mode compares to. Look at this tank. This is a different tank. You know, this tree I can't do anything in. That I kind of understand. That's a bigger tree, but I bumped into smaller trees before that wouldn't go over. Like, can I knock this over? Yes. Wow, what a mess. I'm gonna flank this guy. No, maybe not. that's my player, huh? Oh, that's my side. I was trying to shoot at my side. It won't let you shoot at your own side.
The enemy controls most of the strategic zones.
Here, I thought I was flanking the guy and everything. Hello, look at that. Look at that for tank physics. Oh man. I got blown up.
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
Good hit, good hit. Just turn to battle. I'm gonna. This tank is really moving out. We're not doing well. Destroy. Have another. Oh man. Wow, that blew us up entirely. Yep. That would do it, man. That would do it. Well, we might as well return to hangar. Now, and let me switch over to this camera right here. Yes. Wow, it looks like they have World War II jets in this game too. Interesting. Oh, cool. Award 10,000 to hangar. Don't want to log into that. Let's see if I can get. How do I get out of here? Whoa. Well, I totally got out of it. Alright, let's see if I can. Checking game updates. It's preparing to download. Okay, I'll let it download the last stuff for that, so the next time we can play the realistic mode. That should be pretty cool. Anyway, that's it for this live stream. I think tomorrow I'll be on like at 6:15. Like I said, first week or the first day of the second week of the fourth season of Fortnite. We'll see if there are any interesting game modes. Maybe there'll be sniper only or explosive only or 50 on 50 versus 50 or whatever they come up with. It'll be interesting to see. We'll see what other kind of new weapons they may introduce or new whatever they might introduce. Because they usually do that at the beginning of the week. They'll introduce like either a new weapon or a new I don't know what a new feature that you might get, a new thing like those portable forts. I think they introduced those at the beginning of the week. And we'll see what the challenges are for the week. We'll be opening up. Actually, it opens up like I think 3 or 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think it's midnight California time, probably, or something like that. And it will be interesting to see. So, thank you for joining me. And I'm going to go Dark Matter, and this has been Dark Matters, and whatever you do, enjoy gaming and enjoy the day. And I hope the weather is great wherever you are, and just hang out. It's Monday, so kind of grim. It's better when it's Friday. I like it Friday better, but what are you going to do? Friday wouldn't be that great if it weren't for Monday, right? Oh, hey, Angry, how you doing? I was just trying out a new game today, War Thunder. I'm going to be playing Fortnite tomorrow. It's the first day of the second week of season 4 tomorrow. So we'll see new challenges and stuff tomorrow. The game I was playing today was called War Thunder. There are tanks and stuff in it. And actually, there's an arcade mode which I was in, which is kind of weird. Oh, you've played War Thunder before? This is like the first time I played. I mean, I didn't even try it out before I came online. War Thunder is pretty cool. Pretty cool game. I enjoyed playing it. It's a little different than World of Tanks, but I was only playing in arcade mode, so I want to see what realistic mode's like. Won't do that tomorrow because tomorrow I'll be playing Fortnite, but later in the week maybe we'll try that out. Very cool though. It's like downloading all the textures for realistic. Yeah, it is very realistic. It looks like it. It's fun too, and it shows you kind of like where. I kind of like the slow motion round that shows you how your tank was destroyed and where it penetrated and stuff. Very cool. But I'll play more of that. I'm logging for now for this evening. But I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you next time. And we'll hang out some more, play some more video games. Anyway, I'm Mungo Dark Matter, and I will see you next time. Y'all have a good evening.